You guys hear me?
Uh, Triffitt's
Hey, Barry.
here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Like you say FK, but that's all good. Um,
I just have to hook up my other recorder for the video.
How do deal?
I mean, before we start, is there anything that you want me to go through regarding to an HTML or JavaScript and all that, Barry?
Yeah, I need about 15 hours of your time.
Go ahead. You have 2 hours of my time right now, so
Oh
so
no,
use that.
I don't want to take away
Ah,
from the advanced class.
no, I don't have any like stuff really planned. I was just gonna go
Oh,
fix some scripts that we worked on before, but I mean, if there's any HTML or JavaScript stuff you want me to go through, I could probably do that.
sure. Um, wow. I started a thread. I guess you saw it, eh?
Yeah, I only
And
skimmed through part of it. I haven't read
yeah,
through the
well,
whole thing, but I can.
it's basically banter for dummies because I wanted to make it easy for people um, to do stuff without knowing anything at all, like nothing about Unity, nothing about JavaScript. You know, basically just if you had an HTML file and you simply added the base worlds for other things. In other words, the BB or whatever the other ones are, that you could create something. And so it really works well with Banter blocks because I can take one of the old Banter blocks worlds and then I can incorporate
Tony.
the new stuff
No
that
duty.
FireRat's built, and so I can take my old worlds and I can apply this, and all of a sudden I've got all the blocks are much smaller size. So it just means that there's more options for creativity. So my questions, if I had a chance to put them all together, which I will, I think I'll just do it on that thread because that seems to be the easiest way for me to put it together. So, um, but it's like even understanding how to put JavaScript into HTML, like without having a separate script file.
Yeah, that's actually very simple. But the thing is, I do not recommend doing that. It's just because it's just gonna be really messy. So it is best practice for anyone. Doesn't matter if you're a web designer, you're a web developer, or making a world for Banter. It's always a good idea to separate your HTML and JavaScript.
Okay,
It's just like a programming hygiene, I would say.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
And what is 3JS?
That's a particular version of JavaScript. I believe that's
Yeah,
what Altspace was using back in the day.
okay.
It's just
And
a particular version of JavaScript.
so what's the version of JavaScript that Banter is using?
Script,
But
which
is that
is created by Shane, basically.
so it's basically a new version of JavaScript that's specifically for Banter.
Yeah, you could put it that way. It's basically JavaScript, but it's specifically for Banter. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
It's like
That's
TypeScript.
probably
You know how Horizon
yep.
Worlds used to use TypeScript? It's
Right.
actually also JavaScript. It's just a
Right.
particular version of JavaScript.
Okay. All right. So we need to learn Shane script then.
Yep, and this is why there's the documentation. And even if I use AI and whatnot for it, like you could always use that document. So vanquish3r.com. Then you go into docs, and it also tells you already SDK JavaScript reference. So basically, all these are stuff that are made specifically for Banter. So all these JavaScripts. So like how
Okay.
last time we had the sync object and all that. Like if you try to
Right.
use those JavaScript on a regular website, it's not gonna work because they
Right.
were made specifically for Banter, like these Banter rigid body, like stuff like
Right.
these. So this is why they named it Bullscript, just
Okay.
for
So
Banter specifically.
so in order to have that JavaScript file, is there anything that absolutely has to be in there besides these pieces of code?
What do you mean by that? Like any like the
Well, if you
base,
yeah, if you pull up a bull script, a Shane script, bullshit,
yeah.
whatever it's called. Okay, just pull up one of those.
Yeah, so yes, I think I know what you're asking. So like let's say we look at the site that the banter block that we have been working on. So side quests.
Pick one. There's your entry.
That's one.
Sorry. Okay.
So let's say we look at this one, right? We
Yep.
could always look at it using this here. You could click on it, open it, and then you could go Control U to look at the thing. So this is basically the base HTML. What it is like you already know.
Can you make the type bigger on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
It's better.
This makes it easier for the recording as well. Sure, that's much
Yeah.
better. And then and you got it on wrap already, right? No, you haven't yet.
Yeah, so as you can see here, what it is basically just the HTML, and then it's telling you, okay, the Android bundle, we're using this one. The Windows bundle, we're using this one. But if you have uploaded your own Windows and Banter asset bundles in here already, you wouldn't need to point them to the other one like that. You could just basically delete this part, delete that part, and it knows to find the asset bundles from itself, if that makes sense, from its URL.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, so the reason why we're doing this is just that it's quicker, easier. I don't have to like download, because I can technically download these two onto my computer and then upload it to my own world. From here, I could do it that way, but it's not necessary. And the nice thing is, whenever whoever made this main one updates theirs, yours would automatically get updated as well. So it really depends on if you want a particular version of it. Let's say you really like this version, you don't want any changes to it. Whenever the original creator updates something, you don't want those updates, then it's better to just download them and then upload them to your own group yourself.
Yeah, and I can,
and then going back to this. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Am I too loud?
No, go ahead. No, let me megaphone you.
Oh, sure. So one of the things I discovered when I was getting experimental versions of the blocks from fire rat is that I could just instead of bb dot banting, I could type in
Yep.
the number for the world where I had put those assets. So the asset bundles.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's what I've been doing, and with absolutely incredibly wonderful results. So it means that I've got like 500 colors of different colors of blocks and lots of other types of blocks and amazing stuff. But I noticed that the script file has to be referenced here. Will that always go to the
Yes.
script file that is in this version, or can you actually send it to a script version that is somewhere else?
Yep, that's such a great question. So you could actually do both. So as you can see here, so
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
also basic HTML or basic
Yeah.
JavaScript 101. It's that whenever you want to link to a JavaScript, you use this script SLC equal, and right now it's /bootstrap.js.
Yeah.
So what that means is dot means it's the parent. So that means it's
Right.
using this URL, right? So basically,
Right,
if
right.
I click on this, it's basically just that. So if you do really want, you could basically just take the URL. So let's say BB has its own JavaScript, for example, and I want to use that instead, then you just have to copy this and put it in here
Okay.
instead of
So-
the dot slash.
All right. So I
So-
do not have to have
Yeah.
that bullshit script in there. So that's great to know. Okay.
Yeah, so you could link any Bootstrap that are outside of your own domain. So let's say I can just change
So-
this to https
So-
/ /bb dot.
Is there
Yeah.
is there any limit to the size of the script file?
Not that I know of, and it's just text document, so it shouldn't even be that big. Because I know if
No,
you
but
upload
but if I-
the Windows.bat,
but if I Yeah, no. Let's go back for a sec to the script thing. If I was doing, could I put everything that's in script.js? Could I put everything that's possible inside of one of those files?
inside one of what files?
The script file. Could I put all the possible configurations for everything in one JavaScript
Yeah.
file? Okay. Does
Yeah,
anybody do
that's-
that?
That's actually pretty much all worlds in Banter right now. Technically they added this new outer assets now, so you could upload extra. But in the very beginning, they only let you upload one JavaScript. So
Right.
you would pretty much have to fit everything into one,
Right.
and
okay,
that is
okay.
fine. But now,
Yeah.
since you have multiple, they added this outer assets tab now
Right.
for us to upload separate stuff. So yeah, so you could basically have Bootstrap 1, Bootstrap 2, or you could name them to something like maybe such as some of Fire Rat's games. He has
Right.
separate stuff for like the server side and then also the
But
the
you
client
can't-
side.
but
So
where-
he would have
but-
server
But
dot.
you won't. You wouldn't be placing that where you've got your cursor right now. It would only go in the other assets, right?
Yes, because you could only
Okay,
upload one
and-
right here.
And the
But
index
if you do
file
have-
would,
Yeah.
in the index file would still have to reference all of the JavaScript files, correct?
Yes, most
Okay.
definitely, or else it wouldn't know where is it, right? So same thing.
Right,
If I
right.
have a second one, I'll basically duplicate this script SLC
Yeah.
equal the link bootstrap2.js, and that's
Okay,
how
so-
your HTML would find
All
them.
right. Okay. So does the script file that's in, if you go back a screen, go back to your previous screen. Yeah, right there. So if you don't have a bull script file here, if you deleted this right now, don't do it, but if you did,
Yep.
could you just have your index file speaking to the other assets? In other words, could the index file just say bull script 2? You know what I mean?
Like instead of, so like here, just
Yeah.
say bootstrap 2, you're saying?
Just say bull script
Then you
2
need to
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
do
then you need to have a bootstrap 2 somewhere.
Yes, but could you delete the original bull script file then? And so it's only referencing the other assets that are added?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
of course. As
Okay.
long
So
as
that's
it
just,
knows where to find it. So, yeah.
yeah, you have the actual link that goes directly to where it's located, like I do with the
Yeah, so
photographs.
I'll just show you an example.
Sure.
Yeah, so like let's say right now I have this this is the original boot script.
Right.
Let me just refresh. Yeah, so let's say this. I copy it, I go to my text editor.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so much better with the size for the recording too. So I appreciate that. And I'm not trying to hog this whole presentation thing today, but I am appreciative
No, it's
of
fine because VS Codium, yeah. Yeah, so let's say right now here, I'm gonna make a brand new bootstrap 2.
Right, right. So it's
Save
basically
that.
the same one. You're just going to rename it to 2. You're going to save it to the. Yeah, okay. But it could
Oh,
also
I could name it
suggest-
anything else too. I could.
You could
yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
You could call it script.js. You don't have to call it bull script.
Yep, it doesn't matter. You could call it anything. I could call it Barry.
Except for the
Barry.js.
Yeah, except for the one. Yeah, you could call it Barry's avatar.js and not just have my avatar script in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so let's say Barry.js, and here what I could do is I can upload it here into
Yeah.
other assets.
Yeah.
Barry.js.
And then you could delete.
Yep. So now, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can
and then you
delete
could-
this one if I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So then now, in order for my index to actually know where the bootstrap is, I'll have to copy this, and then I have to update my index. So for example, I just open my index, look at my code here. So I'll just copy this, create a new HTML.
Right.
And I'll have to, so right here, there are 2 ways to do it. You could just do what I did here, /Barry.js.
Or you can put in the whole link right to the whole thing.
Like so. Yeah,
Yeah.
or I can put in the full link. Either way would work, as long as it's uploaded here, right? So, because the thing is, I can also upload the JavaScript to a GitHub repo. But then if I'm doing that, then I need the full link from it. So like, for example, Canna Banter for 2069.bands.ing. So if you look here, I'm actually hosting my scripts in my GitHub.
Yeah.
So if you look at it here, what it is doing is that once you load into 42069, this script runs. It basically tells it that the actual world is actually at vanquisher.github.io/cannabanter. This is such, so it actually is a redirect that goes there.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it this way. It's just that it's easier for anyone because I have like Fire sometimes helps out updating stuff. then he could actually just update it on my GitHub directly.
Yeah.
So let's say we go here and look at the script there. And as you can see, I have the JavaScript right here. So this is the script SLC, and I have the bootstrap.js, but it's a full link because it wouldn't be able to find it if I do the / because it's outside of the main URL, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it does. Now, just
so you could
that
host
I'm
your
really
script anywhere.
So just so that I'm clear, you cannot overload a world with JavaScript.
Well, what do you mean by overload?
Well, let's just say I wanted to write a JavaScript file that was, 50,000 lines long.
That's fine.
Banter can still
I can't guarantee that your world. Yeah.
It'll be down to the memory of.
I can't guarantee that your thing would run smoothly if you have so much stuff in it. But if you have 50,000 lines, it's theoretically it should work.
Okay, and now that doesn't mean that they all have to be turned on. I'm just thinking about having.
Because even if you just look at this has quite a few lines. Not 50,000, but has quite a bit.
No, it is, yeah. So I'm just thinking if I ever get a hold of the Banter Blocks files, which I probably will because FireRat's got access to it now, then we could go through and we could change everything that we wanted to change in it to make it into a real building program with spheres instead of, well, we're already starting to do it. Not instead of just blocks, we can have different size blocks and all sorts of other things. We won't be limited to it. So that's
because that's a Unity project. So it's way more flexible when you actually get to change something in the Unity project.
Right. And the only reason that I'm trying to avoid Unity right now, I'm sure everybody understands, is because when new people come in, they're scared shitless when they see Unity and all the things that you have to do to download it. Whereas if you could just start with the HTML file and then gradually ease into a little bit of JavaScript and with lots of really good basic explanations so that morons like me can understand it. So anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I wanted to make sure I was on the right track. And and it's going to help the contest quite a bit too, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah. But like I said, keep in mind a lot of the things are not possible in JavaScript. Just like what you said, if the blocks you wanna, because I know FireRat added like flowers and like stuff like that as different blocks, right? You've probably seen them,
right?
Yeah, those are those are things that you could only be able to change it if you have the Unity project.
Right. And we're just not there yet anyway. So, as long as somebody has it, and if he has it, that's sort of the big step. So, all right. Thank you so much. Oh, and
no worries.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think I'll just let you guys go on with more detailed stuff now.
No, it's fine. Like if you have any other questions, because I can go through because you have 7 questions so far or something like that.
I think I think the only one that
try to answer each of your questions.
The only one that Bob sort of snubbed me on, which I can understand why, because I'm a pain in the ass for him sometimes. Bob said
you add a group.
Was it a group thing? Oh, hang on a sec.
Yeah, like to add someone as an admin. How to join the group? You're saying without using the banter.
Oh, I would love to have a way to not have to ask ChatGPT for stuff. That's what happened with him. Is he said GPT would explain it better than he can. So I guess what I'm asking is if we're going to have human interaction if I can sort of keep it at that rather than having to rely on AI code. Because what I'm starting to see all over the place is that it takes longer for people to do stuff with the AI code than it does for them to actually learn what they're doing ahead of time. But that's just my observation.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tool, so depends
Yeah,
on if the person knows how to use the tool
right.
properly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna look at the other questions to see if I got them all done.
Yep.
I think I've got most of them done. Um,
Well, your question one is
so
what is the difference between the index.html file format and the bootstrap.js file format? Do
yeah,
you have an answer for
I
that
think
yet?
I think so. I mean, the HTML is basically it's the web page code, whereas the
Yeah.
JavaScript is something that runs separately.
It's also a web page code, yeah.
Is it?
It's
Oh,
just a different language that does a different thing. Yeah, I mean,
oh,
honestly, if you, for example, go to any, let's say cbc.ca,
okay. I know that company.
it has nothing to do with banter. It has nothing to do
No.
with banter. It doesn't use Bootstrap, but I could 100%, I could bet $1 million that it also has JavaScript in it. How I find out? View page source. Look at the source code. This is very standard HTML,
Yeah.
and there would be a JavaScript somewhere that it's linked to. So I can search,
And the
let's say
JavaScript would
.js.
basic the
Oops.
JavaScript would pull up the individual stories from another database. Is that right?
It does its different functions. It could be cookies, or could be could be
Right.
functions. So like, see, right now I just search for JS or
Yeah.
.js. It actually
Okay. Those are
highlights
all
all there's also JSON, but yeah, there's all these JavaScript
okay.
here. So as you can see, there's the script.
Right.
It preloads
Yeah.
these things, stashed, hashed, and then you look at it. This is basically the JavaScript. So
Right.
the entire internet, it's running on HTML and JavaScript as
Okay.
a base for sure. And then there's
Okay.
also JSON, there's PHP, there's CGI. There's so many different languages. That's where
And
the internet's run on.
where does WebXR fit into this?
Well, WebXR is just the interface to use VR on a web page, basically. So it's like a
Okay.
framework.
So what stops us from taking from having a framework that would allow us to go into banter on a web page?
Because Banter's foundation is built on Unity. That's your bottleneck
But
there.
but there's
Because
other unit
you
there's
cannot
other
really
unit
run,
yeah, but you can. You see
yes,
there's
but not
there's
to the
other
full
pro
extent. It's not, I know, it's not the
I
full
work
extent of a 3D, like a full fetch 3D environment.
well, I
There
can
are
do Gauss
Unity apps online,
yeah, go ahead.
but like the physics base that
Right.
Banter is running on, that's not
Yeah.
gonna run on any website because that's
And okay.
a very more complex mathematic calculations, right? So you can't just have those running as a website. It just
Right.
doesn't work.
So did you see the stuff that I did on arrival.space?
No, I haven't seen any of those.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to put a video up because I've got a skateboard park where I can go in, skate around in a skateboard. I can jump in a car. I can drive around in it. I can do it in the headset, and I can also do it in on just a regular browser. and it's using Gaussian splatting. So
Yep.
I'm just trying to figure out what are the differences that stop Banter from being able to do the same thing.
Well, they have to basically build the entire banter from the ground up
Would they?
again if you want to go that way, yeah.
Okay. Well, I heard a
Because the
rumor
foundation that it's built. So,
I heard a rumor that they're building the entire thing from the ground up.
I haven't heard such things.
Well,
If
there's a
you
new
have
version coming out.
info, you can feel free to share.
No, but Shane, Shane just Shane mentioned it that
third time's a charm.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
networking stuff. Yeah, it's not the base game itself. It's just the networking
not?
part for
Okay.
sync object, your voice.
Okay.
No, it's just one component of it. Because
Okay.
Banter is actually a bunch of different components put together. It's
Right.
like a machine. You have
Right,
different.
right.
You have gears. You have motor. You have the people running it. So just think about Banter is a huge machine. It's a car, right?
Right.
So let's say you want this car to become a submarine now, which is impossible because the car is already built as a car. But now you're asking the car to become a submarine. They basically have to
okay.
build the thing
Okay.
from ground up. Does that make sense?
It does, but you know, one of the things that's
I
interesting to me
Yeah.
is the new headset that's coming out from Frame or from Valve. They're already
Yeah.
talking about it being able to do circles around other things, so other types of headsets. So if Banter is already going to be able to run on the Steam Frame, is there any reason to think it wouldn't?
It should be able to, because I mean, how Steam Frame works is basically it's a Linux system. As
Right.
long as Banter could run on a Linux system, which it already does, it's just
Right.
not supported. It's not officially supported. But if you use Photon, which is the translation layer that
Okay.
would translate any Windows games into Linux playable games, then yeah, so technically Banter should be runnable on Steam Frame standalone already.
Okay, and Photon is available for the Mac as well, so that means that it could be ready, pretty well picture perfect ready for the Apple Vision Pro as well.
That I'm not 100% sure because it might be a little bit different, but
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just trying to find out about what I can about where we might be able to see Banter going once the new stuff comes out. All right. Well, that's great. Thank you so much again for all this valuable information.
yeah, no worries. Well, and then yeah, I'm just trying to go through all your questions for you. I mean, it's okay. We have time, so. So your second question is, what is the difference between a boolscript.js file and a script.js file?
I think I know
There's
the
no
answer
difference.
now.
Yeah, there's no difference.
And why
And
did
then
they
your
do
third
that?
question
I mean,
is, yeah,
what? But can you answer the question as to why they did it? Was it just intended to be a joke?
it's a joke.
So that's all
Boolscript, it was a joke. It was an
11
April's
characters
Fool
instead
joke.
of 6.
If you go to
Oh, okay. So
yeah, if you there's actually a whole website for it. So spool,
Okay.
I think bool
Alright.
dot script. See, I think
So I do not have to
This.
mention that again. I could just name all of my bullscript files, script.js, and it would be fine.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. Yeah, because in here, like I said, but I think this part, it only allows you to upload either script.js or bootstrap.js. So let's say if I try to upload the berry.js, yeah, it's not letting me upload that. So
Right.
so basically, yeah, either if you name it script.js or bootstrap.js, then it'll be fine. So let's say I go back to stop here. I rename this back to bootstrap.js or even just script.js.
Yeah. Okay.
Then it's gonna let me upload it. But this is just the limitation of here. Is there a reason for it? No. They
Okay.
just, I think it's more like for the
It's like the
branding.
asshole. It's like
So
the
it
asshole
fits.
in the snowman.
It-
I understand.
It's just to standardize it.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's no
right.
reason that this only
Okay.
allows you to upload Bootstrap or script.js, but it is what it is. But at least now you have these other options to upload more. So let's say if your stuff is more complex, let's say you have 5 different JavaScripts, then you could have like a let's say server.js, you could have client.js, game.js. So you could have multiple different JS uploaded here if you do choose to.
All right. The third question was about WebXR, and I think you've answered that pretty well. It's all stuff that can be done in the
There a
JavaScript.
special type of code format called WebXR that can be used in the creation of worlds exclusively. Yeah, so I think, yeah, like you said, that's been answered. So
Sure.
because like if
There's no
you
other.
what
Go
like
ahead.
search for what is what WebXR, right?
Yeah.
It's basically just a framework, or what would you call it? It's a web standard that lets you experience virtual reality, augmented reality through your web browser. Yeah, and you could there's specific programs that you could write
Right.
WebXL apps with. Yeah.
So if I have my
What?
files, if I have my files for Banter, there's no other platform that I can put them on that would run.
Sorry, what was your question again?
Oh, is it incorrect? Sorry.
I think so.
Yeah, well,
Oh, I didn't even know you were here.
The whole point of our system is it can run on multiple.
sorry, let me megaphone you as well, good Nathan.
Well, I
What
mean,
were you saying?
except for the special banter scripts in Unity, I think the whole point of banter is that you can run what we make here on other systems also.
Well, yes and no. So, like, let's say you build the world, you use whatever FBX assets that you build. Yeah. So the base, yes, you could take that whole project, upload it to VR Chat. You would see the exact same world in VR Chat. But any
It's a lot of work.
code that you wrote,
Yeah.
those won't work. Any visual scripts, they're not gonna work. But if you just build let's say all your slide worlds that you built in Gravity Sketch, yeah, those things you could basically import it into VR Chat as well. But then the sliding mechanic might not work because VR Chat doesn't use physics material like what Banter does. So all your sliding stuff just won't be slidey.
There may be some other workaround for it, but it
Yeah,
wouldn't be the way we do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of udon script that does slippery surface. Yeah, I think Ghost Droid has that, right? Like in your hub world thing, you have a slide there. Yeah, how do you
abandon the slide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the slidey
seen
part never
slides
worked.
Right. You can add force to a person to push them down, but yeah, no, there's no slide. There's no way to make you slide that I found.
Right, yeah.
There's probably other slide like what
Yeah, you can trick them
You
into
just need to
you
know
know,
the
you
script.
can
Yeah.
use other methods. But yeah, I wasn't able to find just a
Just
easy
the
version to
pre-material.
to switch the materials. The
Okay.
materials won't help you. Yeah.
You have to have some way to add acceleration to them constantly. So
Yeah, exactly. So, and that would be
Yeah,
what
you basically
udon.
push them down the slide or push the force, add force to make them go. Yeah.
Constant push. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so WebXL, it is basically primarily uses JavaScript or TypeScript for the applications as well. So, an A-frame, of course. Back to Barry's question. Number 4 is there any other platform that can read the index.html files they produce a 3D representation? Do you need an answer to that, Barry?
are you here, Barry? He took his headset off. Yeah, his hands are off to the side, so I think he's not here.
Yep.
He's gone.
So in the meantime, do you guys have any other questions?
Let's think. Could we make it so when players enter a space, it activates a space state property script? So basically, say a room spinning, and I want when people enter it to sync to a space state property, but when they leave, it just turns it off. If that makes sense.
Theoretically, we should
Yeah.
be able to do that. We could do like a person
Yes.
that went into this collider and then use them as the host. And then if that person leaves, then it randomly picks another person, I guess.
Yeah. Because I don't want to. I try to work it out in my head. I'm thinking, but every time somebody else come in at that point, it should start resetting and resyncing to the next person, and I don't want that. I've just tried to. I'm having to rebuild Pony Manor because it was on my old PC and it's long gone. I went to update it and realised I no longer have that file, so I thought, sorry, I'll build it again. And I just was going to add a few different things. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And you've got the hard drive it was on anymore, so starting again.
Well, the thing is, technically, you still have the asset bundles, right? You could use a asset ripper to rip your own asset bundle, so at least you have the mesh, and sometimes the textures will still be intact.
It's a few years ago now. I don't mind deleting and building again. It's not a problem. It's just like it's a bit annoying, but it happens. My old computer died, and I thought I saved everything, but apparently I missed that one. So
Do you still
I went to
have the hard
update
drive or?
No, I don't. That's definitely not in existence anymore. That was definitely smashed up and disposed of. I didn't need anymore.
Did you want to say something? Triffitt was jumping. You want to say something,
just pressing the button.
Oh.
Just
like I'm always told me.
Okay. How about you, Head? You're also jumping. Do you have anything to say?
Oh, I'm always jumping. I'm always jumping. I always have something to say, though.
Triffitt, you're sinking through your chair. You just see the head here.
Hey, I've been having
slowly
and I know you probably don't have an answer for this, but I've been having weird kind of memory problems where, as I'm on Banter, I'll get booted out of Banter.
I've seen.
Then I'll get an alarm that's or a message that says I've exceeded 6.4 gigabytes of memory, at the Oculus level. And I'll get an Oculus alarm saying Banter's using up 6.4 gig or something
Yeah.
like that. And I'm just like, what the hell's happening here?
Could just be a
Doesn't make any
RAM.
sense.
It's probably just something to do with the RAM. Yes.
Yeah, but it's been happening like more now than at any other time. Either they're not managing memory properly, or we're not managing
That could
memory
be.
properly. I don't know.
That could be it. Is yeah. Could be there's like memory leak in the code. I'm not sure, but that's out of my expertise. I do not know.
Yeah, and you know how just by using Banter, you're building up like a little cache of all the
Yes.
spaces you've been to. I'm not talking
Yeah.
the cache that we use in here. I'm talking one that's out at the Oculus level. And that file got huge on my Banter. I deleted it. Once I went through and I deleted it, man, the amount of free memory I got was huge. It was
Yes.
amazing how much.
Yeah, I think
Extra
yeah,
space.
it does accumulate. So all the world that you go into and all that, like it does save in the headset like a cache basically. It does
Yeah.
build up over time. So if you go into your settings, you could actually see like all the memory where it's being used, and you will
Huge
see
amount,
Banter
yeah.
takes up quite a bit. But you could clear it from there without like deleting Banter.
Right,
You could
right.
clear like
I had to
web
reload.
just
I had to
app
what do you
memory.
call it? Rejoin Banter, but that wasn't a big deal.
Oh yeah, you have
It
to
wiped
relog
out.
in.
It wiped out
Yeah,
my
I think it does that.
my
Yeah.
ID information, but then
Yeah.
I fixed it.
Yeah. My Banter's 23 gigabyte right now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you might want to get rid of that. Yeah, purge that.
It looks like, yeah, it's quite a big file.
Yeah, every once in a while, I take Banter off and put it back on, and it drops it down. It's not even a gigabyte. When you first do it, it's like some low number of
I think we're only
megabytes.
around 170 megs or something, or less than that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Banter
yeah.
itself is actually very small, but it's all the worlds.
Yeah, mine's quite big right now.
I wonder if VR chat
don't know if I can
does
dare
the
clear
same
cache.
thing. Does
You
VR
probably
chat
have a cache of
accumulate
almost
all
of
this stuff
Banter.
too?
So
Yeah, they all do. I went and purged them all.
Yeah,
I
it does.
freed up a
It
huge
doesn't get
amount
as
of
big as
space
Banter
on
as
my
fast, but
headset.
Okay. Yeah.
Worlds, all of them. It doesn't matter which program, they all pick up bloat.
You know what? Let's go back to our previous thing with the avatar, because I do need to make some corrections. So apparently UID is the proper ID that we should be using instead of ID, because ID would keep changing. I guess whenever you, I don't know, go away and come back, or I think you change the device, your ID would be changed. So it's supposed to be the UID that we would need to use for the private avatar thing. So we'll fix that today, which is very simple. To our private avatar pedestal. Get our script again. See that we are using the Bantu user get ID. So instead of that, we want to use Bantu user Bantu UID. So I'll change this to reflect. This we got to just right click on it and go replace. Should be able to find it under Bantu user. Actually, you know what? It might be just easier if I just drag this out again. Yeah, Bantu user get UID. So now that should fix the issue. the we use the UID. How you get the UID? You could go into Banter. If you're admin of your world, you could just go to Toggle Dev Tool. See this, and now you just by looking here, you could see different people's name. Let's say I can see Pony here. So we open the drop down. Yeah. So now you can see there's the ID and the UID. So UID is the one that we need to use instead. Yep. So let's give that a try. So we will use Ghost Droid. Let's use Ghost Droid. UID is actually tells you right here too. Copy Ghost Droid's UID. Paste it into here. Where you remove the colons at the beginning and the end. So now, I also added an extra security, just so if the UID does not match, it actually sets the thing to inactive now. So just an extra layer of security, so people can't see your avatar. And we could also have it like disabled to begin with, or even like if we have it enabled to begin with, it should automatically becomes disabled when we go into it. So play mode. Yep. So yeah, it did take the 5 seconds, and it was important that we have this time delayed, or sometimes the script just won't work properly. But it's always a good idea to start disabled to begin with, because then if the person was able to load into the world before it gets deactivated, they might be able to quickly click on it to change into it before it goes away. So it is a good idea to leave that and disabled to begin with. So now if we upload this world, so let's I think this is the one. Let's see. Private avatar pedestal. BB, yeah, that's the correct one. Just gonna drag the correct one in there, and we'll build this. If we go to the updated world, we can take a look, and only Ghost Droid should be able to see it and nobody else. So if you guys want, feel free to hop into the portal.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we'll that. Hello, Efficient Lime. That's your name. Just letting you know. See yourself on the big screen.
Streaming.
Barry's back.
Barry's
There's
back.
back.
You had a
So
question on
Barry,
Twist. He was asking you the question, and
Oh,
so
which
yeah, I
question?
was just going through all your questions before we went doing something else. So if you like, we can.
Oh, I just one quick thing. Then,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, I can I put Skybox. Oh, I got an echo here. Sorry. Ugh. I have to turn off the other mic.
don't hear it.
Okay. I built skyboxes to go around my the banter blocks things, and the block rolls, and what I wanted to do was have a switch inside of the block worlds, where I could change the skybox just by hitting a switch. Is that
Yeah,
possible?
you would. It should be possible. You just have to write some kind of JavaScript to make a button
Okay.
to turn certain thing on and off. It should be using space state property, or else if people join in after, it's not going to be synced for them.
Right. Okay. So,
So yeah,
it's just that I just needed to know that it was possible. I won't spend any time on it right now, but down the
yeah, it's
road.
possible.
In the meantime, people can go into another world and pick the skybox that they want, and then I can put it in for them because that's easy for me to do. Okay. Thank you so much.
Good. Yeah, and then I was also just kind of going through all the questions you
Oh,
have. So
you got to
You're
you
not
got to
amplifying.
amplify yourself.
okay, yeah. So yeah, I was just gonna go through all the other questions that you have. So you have like question 4. It says, is there any other platform that can read the index.html file and produce a 3D representation? Do you still need an answer for that, or?
No, I think I've got that already.
Yeah. So I think the answer is no. Is that the same answer that
No.
you received?
Yep.
Like I mentioned earlier. I mean,
Oh,
because back then, I think I just reconnected. Am I back?
yeah. You got a megaphone.
My thing disconnected for me too. Still on? Okay, yeah. So yeah, so yes and no. So back in the day when Banter was using like the actual full version of A-Frame, there were
Okay.
worlds that you could actually go into in Banter, but at the same time it works on a web browser that you could look around in 3D and all that.
Right.
But that does not really work anymore, as far as I
Okay.
know. So actually, I'm curious to see. So I find an A-frame world. Let's see. It hasn't updated these things for a long time.
Bob's pretty well told us if anything ever happened that Banter would become public domain, but the chances of that happening are pretty slim because SideQuest is pretty solid. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nathan?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you. Yeah, we heard you. In a weird way, that'd be interesting to see if it was made open source.
What's that?
All the different things people would do with it. That'd be kind
Yeah,
of interesting.
there's so much.
Yeah.
It's so easy to run any of it now, but just you have to use Banter to do it. But it's still not bad. I mean, and there might be maybe there'll be new versions of Banter out there one day too.
Yeah, so back in the day, stuff like this would probably still show up in Banter. So let's say if I
Right.
go to this website here in Banter, it would work back in the day, but probably not anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna go try myself to see if it works, but yeah, but we'll see. It probably yeah, it does. Okay, special you are.
Here he goes.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't quite work.
It failed.
Hello. How do? We're having a class here. We're trying to figure out some interesting.
So yeah, it failed to load, which is kind of expected because in the beginning, in the early days of Banter, yeah, I was using the full version of A-Frame. So actually, any A-Frame website like this, you could actually go into it in Banter, but that's not the case anymore. 60 image. Yeah, it's not gonna. It won't work. Alright, so that's your question 4. And then your question 5 is, can the wonderful document provided at that page be placed directly in a JavaScript file for use in Banter and avoid using Unity? Did you have an answer for that? For the
Yeah,
Banter box, I guess?
don't have to use Unity. You can build it all by hand outside of Unity.
Exactly. So yeah, so like just so people can see it. So yeah, so like I said, and under the Banter documents, if you do want to use this as the tool to help you put stuff into a world, so let's say Banter box, might not actually take me there properly, but yeah, I could just find it this way, Banter box. Yeah, so it has the example of you need to add the component, Banter box with all those information, stuff like that. Oh, and actually earlier, I was gonna answer you were asking, is there like a base that you need to have in order for the JavaScript stuff to work, right?
Right.
And the answer to that is yes. So for example, if we look at our Blockbuster world again, what was it
Okay.
again? 7, is this the one? Yeah, this was the one. So yeah, look at the Bootstrap. Oh, I think I deleted it. So maybe
It
that's.
doesn't have one. I don't know.
So yeah,
Okay.
so as you can see here, in order for the JavaScript stuff to load properly, you do need this initial thing. So it says wait for Banter script to initialize. So this window dot add events listener, like so it is very important that you do need at least this part here
Right.
before you put any Unity stuff. JavaScript stuff. You need to have this part in there.
Right. Right.
So what it does is it's waiting for the Banter Unity part to be loaded first before loading the rest of the stuff, or else it's not gonna work. So as you can see here, Unity loaded, then it will do the other stuff. And I
So
think all
you
that
don't-
is, yeah.
You don't have to
ahead.
have console log in there because you won't
don't
see
need
that unless
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's
this
optional.
part is just for you to see it. So let's say when I open my console log in here, you should see so same thing, because I have the fire red screen in here. It does have a lot of console logs that he added. So whenever I
Right.
load into this world, you could see all these stuff being loaded, and these are just the console log. And it's just for
Okay.
you to know what's actually loaded and what's not loaded. It's just to help the developer themselves to
Right.
know
Right.
what's running and what's not. So
Okay.
it's the same thing, like it waits for the asset bundle to be loaded first before it loads the rest of the stuff. That's why you can
Yep.
see that showing there. So scene loaded, asset bundle loaded, then it loads the rest of the fire screen.
Right.
So that's what that is. So let's say if you want to look at the cinema .band.ing, go Control U, then you can see my index.html, and as you can see, I'm hosting my JavaScript in my own GitHub, so I'm not even hosting it on Banter itself. That's why it links to my GitHub. Let me make it bigger.
Nice.
When I click on it, so as you can see, same thing. It has the loader stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so it's always start with this first. Yeah, window dot event listener BS loaded, console scene loaded, then it runs the rest of the stuff. So this is kind of like the main part that you need. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All the stuff up here is just some of them are common. So as you can see, these stuff that has the slash and the asterisk and the is that all asterisk? Yeah, those are all commented out. It's kind of hard to see codes in this interface, so it's always a good idea to use a actual programming editor. So you can paste the script here, so everything is color coded. You can see all the green stuff is comments. And then these are just variables for like the YouTube Play playlist. So for me to easier update them, what it's doing is to let YouTube Play playlist. It's part of the Fire Red screen script down here, where there is a playlist. Let's see. Oh yes, the YouTube player. Playlist. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so this is part of the YouTube player. And as you can see, playlists, and then I'm using the YouTube playlist variable. And this is up here. So what the code does is basically it takes this part and place it into here for me once it's running. So if I do want to change to a different playlist real quick, as a default playlist, I can just edit my JavaScript here and change it to the other playlist. And once that's uploaded, it automatically updates the world. So I don't even have to touch any Unity stuff as part of the YouTube player.
Could you have an interface that would allow you to select playlists?
Yeah, well, that's already part of the player. So what Fire? Well, I mean, the original one already has that. But like, let's say if we, well, I can't use the YouTube player right now because it'll disable the screen. But yeah, but it is already there. It's part of the YouTube player.
JavaScript, he could create a little floating menu that shows up in the world that you could go and click to put on different playlists. Could you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
could you
it's,
have
it's
one of
already
those?
there. It's part of the
Yeah,
YouTube
there's
player.
one. Right. Okay. It's good.
Yeah, I just can't do it right now because if I click to the YouTube player, you guys won't see my screen anymore. So it defeats the purpose. You guys won't see it anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Does it let you change playlists, or does it just let you change what's playing from the playlist?
Yeah, let's you change the whole playlist. You know what I can do? Give me 1 sec. I will open another banter.
A banter and a banter and a banter.
Side
I feel like a Russian doll.
I like how
banter.
you can see the ghost images on the screen.
Oh, why is that anyway?
Isn't that nice? He can't
Yes.
see that on his screen, but we can see it on our screen.
Ghost image.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah.
It's because it compresses the blank spaces.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you guys should see my other banter. So let's say if I go to the other cinema.
What's playing?
It's probably some YouTube video.
Probably a 3D video.
So this is the other cinema.
Something playing.
It's on YouTube, so I might just have to rejoin the space because that's not found. Yeah, so the YouTube player is running right now, as you can see. And yeah, so if you go into this playlist button here, yeah, you will see this interface, right? And if I do want to change the playlist, yeah, you could just change it from here. So let me take over and I can add a playlist. So all I have to do is go to YouTube.
What I guess I was saying is that you couldn't have a list of playlists that you could select from.
No, not at the moment. I mean, that's a
Okay.
feature request you could ask FireRat for, because he's the one that's been
I asked FireRat for so much already. I feel guilty.
yeah, he's the one that's been developing the YouTube player. So yeah. But at the moment, no, you could only have one playlist at a time.
Basically, just be a little floating palette that would be in the world, like those buttons over there on the wall, with A,
Yeah.
B,
Yeah.
and C. And once you clicked A piece of JavaScript would go and grab A's playlist and put it into that holder there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shows
Yeah, I mean, it just have to be integrated into the same UI here. Like that's I think that's the easiest thing that FireRat could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything
Okay,
now
I
is
had-
centralized in this interface. Yeah.
I have a reason for wanting that, so that'll be good. I'll do that.
Yeah, just ask FireRat. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be too hard for him to do it, because he already has this ad playlist here. You just ask him to have multiple playlists. So,
Multiple
so you could
playlists.
basically set it in your JavaScript before, and then there would be playlist 1, playlist 2, playlist 3, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask
Sure,
him
they
right
have a
now.
default
a
playlist.
training space
Yeah.
or something. Where you
That's exactly what I was thinking for the University of Banter
Right.
or Banter University.
You'd have one playlist that's always on when people just come into the world, and then
Mhm.
it just constantly plays. And then if they're interested in doing something else, they click the
Yeah.
playlist and create another
Banter U.
Banter U.
Fuck you. I mean, Banter U. Sure. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
so going back to here, yeah, as you can see, even in the quick start, just in the
Yeah.
Banter SDK document, it already tells you this is the first part you need. On scene, Unity loaded, then load your thing. So all those examples is already here. So basically, this quick start part, this is basically all you need, and the first part here, that's the most important, and then whatever in the center, you could just see this is a sphere. The sphere, you want to add the material. It has a
Right.
collider, has rigid body. So even though
Okay, cool.
I don't even know much JavaScript, but I can kind of understand what it does. It's basically English. As long as you
Right.
understand all these words, you could kind of
Yeah.
already know what it is doing, right? And then it also has the handle clicks. So when you click at the sphere, it just puts it in the log that you clicked at the sphere. Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay, cool.
the
Thank
JavaScript
you so
example
much.
is all here. Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
You could just
So
do a
that
file
basically
with
answers your
everything in
number
there.
5.
Cool.
That's your question 5, pretty much. And then your number 6 question is visual scripting only available in Unity? The answer is yes.
Mhm.
I know whatever his name was, Technocrat, was actually working on something really cool, but I haven't seen him for a long
I just
time.
talked to him. I
So,
just talked to him.
yeah.
He's got something that's being released in about a month, and he
Oh,
says
okay.
it'll run on. He says it'll run on Banter and other platforms. So I'm not sure what he's doing, but I asked him to
Okay.
let me know what other platforms it will be on too. So,
That's pretty
but
cool.
he is around.
Because I remember,
Yeah, he just had.
he was showing
hasn't-
me,
Mhm.
yeah, he was showing me like a visual scripting thing that you could actually use
inside
like
of-
while you're in VR, inside the game itself. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like Rec Room. Rec Room had
Yeah.
that kind of system.
Yeah, I had a chance to play with it as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much
I
all your
wanted to.
questions.
I had one other question that it might be on
Yeah,
the
go
list that
ahead.
you've got there. If you go down to not the components, I can't remember where. I can't move your screen, unfortunately. Go down below scene settings on the left.
Settings,
Just go down farther, farther
scene
down.
settings. Yeah.
Scroll. No, farther down. And then it has game objects. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. Game
So
object API.
I think maybe I was thinking about the different things you can create. Like you can create blocks and spheres. What I wanted to know was is it possible just within this to create a sphere and then have another sphere inside of it, but have it all connected? Or is that something I need to make outside of JavaScript?
So you say you have a sphere and then another sphere inside of it.
Yeah, because what the problem that I got right now is that if I make a sphere and I want to put a collider on it, as soon as I put a collider on it, it throws people out of it.
Ah, yes. Yeah, because
So what I
if you're
thought I could.
using the there's a way around that. If you're using the regular sphere and the regular sphere in the JavaScript, it's all
Yeah,
solid objects. So same thing if you're
right.
using a box collider, it's solid.
Yeah,
So the only
right.
way around it is you actually use your own mesh of a sphere
Right.
and use a mesh
Okay.
collider.
Okay, so where do you? So you just have to bring that mesh
Or
in separately?
yeah, you might even use
JavaScript, not Unity.
be able to
I don't want to.
use mesh, add a mesh collider
I don't.
JavaScript.
I don't want to do it in Unity, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see if you search for mesh or mesh collider, you could see you could add a mesh collider to the object. So you should be able to use a sphere mesh collider. That should be there already.
Okay. But
Yeah.
and so that means that
Would
you'd be
collider
stuck.
on the inside of it and the outside of it, or just the outside of it.
Well, you need to invert it. So I don't know if you could invert stuff. Let's see.
Is that where convex comes
Invert.
in?
Oh yeah, Banter inverted mesh. Yep. So they actually already have that stuff in here. So inverted mesh.
Cool.
So you could add a sphere and then a mesh collider for the sphere, and then use this Banter inverted mesh component on your thing. So then basically you would be inside the sphere and you won't be able to get out of it. Because if you do the
Is there
other
any?
way around, you would fall
Yeah.
out of it instantly, but you won't be able to get back in unless you
Right.
teleport in.
Is there a way to describe what has to be put on that line? Like, where do I put the actual mesh?
Yeah, so just like the example, right? So this is actually quite handy already. So like this part here, and as you can
Yeah.
see, it says create a simple object with a
With the
red
red sphere,
sphere.
yeah.
So as you can see, using that BS game object script, name it red sphere, whatever layer you want to put in position, and then you can see add a visual geometry, right? So now it added the Banter sphere, and then it this part is the add physics part. So it says
Right.
sphere add component BS sphere collider. So instead of that, you would be
That's where you put the
add
mesh
component
collider.
BS mesh. I think that's what it is. So if you look for so just like this. So BS
Yeah.
dot mesh collider, and then it's not it's false. It's not trigger. Do you want it to be convex? it has to be false because convex means it's gonna
Right.
fill it up as a solid object. So that defeats
So
the
we can-
purpose of using your mesh collider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, is it possible to poke a hole in that mesh as well?
No, that's probably something you need to create your own custom mesh. Then you
Okay.
could load it in as a GLB, because
Right.
there's no way you could manipulate a mesh like that using JavaScript, as far as I know.
Okay. Okay. So I just have to
Yeah.
bring it in separate.
Yeah, if you
Cool.
want to poke
Thank
a
you
hole
so
in it,
much.
what I would do, yeah, no problem. What I would do is I would create a sphere in Blender, poke the hole
Mhm.
in Blender, and then export it as a GLB, then upload that object in
Or in Gravity
as
Sketch.
a GLB. Yeah,
Yeah.
or Gravity Sketch, whatever. Yeah,
Add it as an
GLB or
extension.
GLTF. Yeah, so you would be doing like this. So you would add the 3D model as a GLB, links to the GLB, and then it has also non-convex collider. That would be true. So then you would actually have a mesh collider that is not convex, and then add collider.
So
So
that's
yeah, so
already
you could
built
also
in.
do it this way. It's already all
That's
there.
totally
Yeah.
built in. Right on. Okay. I'm building a honeycomb. This will be fun. All right. Thank you again.
So yeah, so I mean, it's yeah, no problem. It's like puzzle pieces. Basically, I guess this document is kind of handy. So this is basically the canvas of your puzzle, and then whatever you want to do, you could just search for the words, like what I was searching. So you want sphere. So then it shows you all the parts that are dealing with sphere collider or like a sphere geometry. Vanquish sphere. So and then you basically just copy this whole thing, add that into this script here after the scene loaded. So it's like puzzle pieces. You could just use
Okay,
this as a
cool.
tool. I mean, before I just use an AI, I just give this whole page to an AI and get it to write for me. That's also one way to do it. Is faster in some sense. What if it works? But yeah,
That's funny.
you could always
Okay.
just go back and forth here, find the piece that you need, add it to your own script.
So the JavaScript file that I do is separate from whatever I've got that's been created in Unity. So for the banter blocks, obviously, you just keep adding stuff. So that's excellent. Now, if I wanted everyone that comes into a world to have the same avatar, can I force that on them?
I don't think it has that kind of function at the moment, because you could attach something to somebody,
They
but
did it in the
I don't
just
think you
don't-
could hide. You can't
I'm
hide
just
somebody's
thinking-
avatar at the moment, right?
But when when you were doing Ghostroid's thing the other day, and people would go into an area, they would turn into that avatar, right?
Yes, because they clicked on it.
Unity, though.
Yeah, that was also done in Unity.
It had to be done in Unity, did it?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, there's no function where you could actually delete someone's avatar to replace them with something else, as far as I know.
Avatars, are the avatars in a certain layer, and you could turn that layer off and then add this other avatar in a different layer that can be seen?
Yeah, I mean that could be doable in Unity, because like there's a layer, I think layer 17.
Even in the JavaScript,
Are the
you can
other
tell things
people?
what layer they're going to be in.
Yeah, but I don't know if you could just. Yeah, you could probably turn off the mesh for that layer. So like let's say if we go play, we would probably see
It had a
it.
space where it would hide your avatar and it would attach a.
Can't hear you,
Yeah,
Ghostroid.
to you.
yeah, you're really low, Ghost, right? Oh, you're on the other one. Let me megaphone this other one. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Lisa had a space where it would hide your avatar, and then it would attach a giant rubber duck to you. So it wasn't really changing
Yeah,
your
but that
avatar, but you would look like a rubber duck. Yeah.
yeah, that was back then though, because I remember like remember Ben has that toy house thing where you would go in and
Right. Yeah.
everybody is just those old space robots. Yeah, you
Yeah.
were able to do that
The
back then when it was still the old A-frame system,
yeah, they had the
but
beach
with the
beach
new
where it was
one, I'm not
all
sure.
frame too. All
Yeah,
space
yeah,
robots.
exactly. Those were the old stuff. So I'm not sure if the new ones can. But like you said, here's a local player, they're in the physics player layer, and then the remote player, they're all in they're also in physics player, okay? Well, at least on play mode. So I guess what you could do is you could make a script to hide the mesh renderer for all the avatars. That might be doable, and then
Isn't there
attach
another way of
something
doing
onto
it
them.
where you change the priority of that layer so that layer is like drawn last or never drawn, basically? You know what I mean? You just change its priority
I
so it just the avatar never gets drawn.
I don't know if you could do that in Banter.
I know you can
Yeah,
do
because
it.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking, yeah, like in the shader, right? But that's something different. That's just the like if it's on top of something else. So like if I look at the ground and you could see the render queue. Yeah, so this is what that is. So you could change the render queue, but that's not good. But the other stuff would still be loaded. It's not like a loading queue. It's more like if it
Yeah,
shows on
if
top
it's
of something
far
else.
enough in delay, basically, it would just never get drawn. It would just
I don't
be
think it
whatever.
works that way, to my understanding.
Somebody had done something like that over in AltspaceVR, or because I'd seen something like
Yeah,
that where they basically just changed the timing of it so that the avatar just never got drawn, and the avatar they wanted to be drawn got drawn ahead of it.
yeah. Well, like I said back then, when Banter was still using like the SDK 0 or SDK 1, you were able to not display the avatar. Like Ben has the toy house where everyone's in there are just the old space robot. So back then you could do that, but right now I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I know with Unity, there's all kinds of weird ways you can rewrite the way things get drawn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, if you make a script to find all the objects that are in the network player layer, and then you could basically turn off the mesh renderer for all of them, then you might be able to do it that way. So you could just create a script. I'll just do a quick example. Let's say hide avatar.
It's not going to be very practical for us, but I think something like that can be done, or at least has been done in the past.
It could be, yeah. So let's say hide avatar. Let's just for fun, just try it. Yes, and then I'll just create a script
Nico does it
machine.
in one of his worlds over in VR chat, where when you
Yeah,
enter
that's
a
a different
world, your
platform.
avatar goes away, and you basically get a little sphere that's right the size of your head.
Yeah, that's
And-
VR chat.
and that's yeah.
So let's say do a new embed. So yeah, so I could do like on start, could probably like find all the objects. So get oh no. Guess you could do
Oh, before I go to dinner, Barry, go to my one world
Yeah.
where I was
Okay.
the one that's all black and see what I did in it.
Yeah.
You'll like it.
Okay. I'll go there now. I'm recording on the other computer, so I'll go with you now. Are you going there now?
Okay. Yeah, I can go real quick, just real quick.
Okay.
I gotta go. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is.
Then no right click, game object, find objects by type. Object, find objects. Object. Game object, find object by type. Is render. Select the loop. For each loop. flow from your trigger events on start. Enter into the flow part of the loop. And then connect the output from find object or list part of the loop. And body, I guess. The output to exit, I guess. Like that. Find the layer from the item data for each loop connecting object. Layer mask. Node. Fine. Think physics player and network player. Cool. The integer output from get layer into A. Get layer. Not game object, get layer. Yeah, so that would be this, and then I guess B would be that. That F node. That the body flow output for each loop to the if. And equals true.
There's not a sit function.
And then, yeah,
just
add-
crouch in it.
Set enabled. Hello. Something like that. Let's see. Enable. Oh, okay, so use the index for items. Oh, like that. I
Yes,
see.
hello.
So yeah. So I'm guessing this is it. Connection is missing. Oh, okay, has to connect to this. Oh. I might also have to add a time delay on this, but so then technically anything in the physics player, yeah, and then the okay, this and yeah, and yeah, the thing is the renderer is like in the objects itself. It's not in the main object. So like the head, where's even the mesh, the renderer? Let's see. Look at the, and it might be different in the game itself because these are just the yeah. So okay, yeah. So it's this here, just like head render. So you need to basically find the exact object that has the renderer and then use the script to turn that off. So theoretically, it should work, but it's just that it's more complicated because right now in the play mode, it's like inside the it's a child object or something else. So might have to do like find all the object within that list, stuff like that. But anyways, I'm not gonna go too much into it at the moment. Yeah, need to use this. But theoretically, it should work if you do it correctly. Is there anything else you guys think of? I'll just fix up my post. I'll put a stop. the package. Usually what I do is just find the scene of that sample, I just right click on it, and then I would just go to export as asset package. And then we don't want to include all scripts, so only, and then we do want to select dependencies, so then it includes like the texture for the floor, stuff like that. Popper package, and then an bold one. So version 2, do have to fix some of these screenshots that I did before. These ones I think still good. So okay. So go in here, that one, this one. So yeah. Why is my screenshot not real? There you go. Oh, and I'm running 2 banters. Banter ID. Just be this too, doesn't need to show this too. There's UID. The your ID. Save that. And is there a way to change the updated screenshots on here? Do you guys know?
I think you can remove it. I'm not sure about replacing it.
Yeah. Oh well, I'll just delete them and. Let's do. Go. It's the updated one, and that's fixed. And I might as well share the other one that we did the last few weeks. Was it the avatar pedestal trigger? Yeah, Ghostwriter, have you get to try using the trigger yet, or no?
No, I didn't use the trigger yet. I
Oh, okay.
rearranged my people in the space so that I could. I've got to go around and take pictures of all of them, or make some other methods so you can see what they are from a distance.
I'll share the trigger script as well. Let me just do.
Yeah, it's just gonna be tedious having to go through and do 50 of them.
Yeah.
If I did them while I was making them, it would be easy. It would be easy to add it. And ones I make from now on, and then I'll be able to put more in that space too. I can use some of the ones that I have set aside that.
What you could do is you could do is use one of these and just like duplicate it and just replace your transform so it puts it into the correct place. So you just copy from the old
Right,
transform, paste the transform so it automatically goes there, but then you just have to go into each of them and change the ID for each of these.
Yeah.
It's a back long time no
Bob's script.
see.
Yeah, Bob shared a thing which will automatically update all the user IDs for all the things, so you don't have to manually do it when duplicating them.
That's for the object ID though, right? Only?
Oh, I guess, yeah,
I
avatar
remember
ID.
that, yeah.
I didn't realize that, yeah, that's a separate thing.
Yeah, avatar ID you have to manually put for each of your avatar. But yeah, I guess the
Yeah.
object ID you could use Bob script, so then he'll change all of them for you. Don't need the instantiate one anymore.
Hey, Sabat. There's Fire Rat. Nice outfit. Looking pretty sharp there, Fire Rat.
What?
You're looking pretty sharp, that. Your avatar.
Oh. Thanks.
Box. Same box.
It's got the clean cardboard.
Dum, 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 dum. What was I supposed to ask Fire Rat? Too late, he's gone. Oh, he's back.
Still here.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he just changed his outfit.
What was I supposed to ask him?
The video player, multiple playlists, multiple default
playlists in
playlists.
the video player. Yeah.
Well, you can easily change what the default playlist is.
Yes,
But multiple playlists,
but I wanted multiple playlist players.
that's not how the current player works. You just have to change the playlist in the HTML.
Fine. Thank you anyway.
I mean, you can actually do some sort of complicated JavaScript thing, which when it creates the player, you can use like a space state property to choose the different, playlist. Like say, for instance, in here, like, you've got the buttons on the wall, which are admin only, which let you choose between the YouTube player, my, player, and things like that. And instead of having the space state property choose which player is active, you could have it choose which playlist is active. So, you could have that happen, but it would require it essentially, destroying and recreating the YouTube player each time you change the playlist.
Okay. Well, I had sort of a reason for it, but I think I've got another solution, which is to have multiple worlds that are connected. So, and so far we can't have more than one playlist in a world anyway, can we?
No, but I mean, you
more
can
than
have
one
one really long playlist. I don't know if I think it might actually be limited to 100 songs. I'm not sure.
It's not about that. It's like as if you were going to a university and you were looking at all the list of courses and you wanted to choose one and then that way. But that's
I suppose.
Okay. It's getting a little bit ahead of myself on it anyway. But
Yeah.
No, it'll be fine.
The whole multiple playlist thing is something that I was sort of inspired by looking at a different VR chat player which had the similar feature where you could have multiple different playlists. But I don't think it's something I can really easily add into the current player. Like it could be possible, but it would require like a bit of an overhaul with how it works.
Yeah. No problem. We have a fair amount of stability with the block builder world right now, so the contest is going ahead.
I actually submitted a pull request last night to the thing which should hopefully fix the corruption of the blocks. Basically, the way the saving of the chunks works, it doesn't actually save the coordinates of each chunk. It does it via like the load order. And so if you get chunks sent to you out of order by the server, or you receive them out of order or something, it's possible that you'll see them be placed in the wrong place in your version of the world to appear corrupt, for example.
Yeah, that's what's exactly what's been happening.
Yeah, the fix that I've submitted, it will actually require an update to the Unity bundle as well, I'm pretty sure, but it should be backwards compatible with all the worlds. But yeah, it'll essentially add coordinates to the each chunk, so it will hopefully fix the
nice.
corruption.
While you were away, I did actually set up a bunch of coordinate spikes so that we could see, you know, where everything was. But it would be nice if it was built in for sure. Without having to use Unity, of course. I still like the idea of once that problem is fixed, I still like the idea of having one flat, one brick high chunk, so that you could just go in and start building from ground level, as it were.
Yeah, that's possible with a custom voxel. The only problem is building downwards. You can't really like place a water bucket to go down levels.
Yeah, but you wouldn't need to if you were going to build it from scratch. So anyway, I've got a whole bunch of other ideas that I'll go over with you later. When you're free, are you back from your holiday?
It wasn't so much of a holiday, but I'm back.
Oh. Okay. Well, glad you're back. I will, I'll probably hassle you tomorrow. I've been hassling these guys all afternoon. And getting amazing results. What are we building right now?
Private avatar.
Just cleaning up my avatar trigger script so I could share the package for people to use.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, there's my girl.
Red light. Green light.
Yes, look and see it, then make it bigger. Yeah, so it'll be like that when you spawn in. You can see the image. You walk up to it, then you see the avatar. That's good enough. That's- Oh yeah. Okay, and that's the script. So whoever wants to use the avatar pedestals trigger, you could download this package and just duplicate this, put your own avatar ID for them, put your own image. Yep. That's it.
Oh, you did it with, you did, I wasn't looking at that. You did it with a picture. Okay, excellent.
Yeah. Well, it's just a quad with
Now,
with
Bob,
with the material and
yeah,
all
that's,
that. I just took a screenshot.
yeah,
Simple enough.
yeah,
An example.
I'm probably gonna do something like that, maybe with a, see-through black background so that,
Yeah,
and put
make
one
it
on
nicer. This is just a
yeah,
pretty quick example, so you could
yeah, to show how it
adjust it
works,
however you like.
yeah. I'm gonna do something similar to that, and then, yeah. Bob was saying, he's like, why don't you use LODs on the deal? And I'm like, I don't know how to take it apart and get to that part. If I could do that, I would just turn off the,
You
I would
you
just turn off the
can't though,
avatar. And
because the thing
right,
is
yeah, I
with
can't,
the
I can't
avatar
break it
script,
down.
like it basically populates that in runtime, so there's not a chance for you to make LODs.
Yeah, and I tried to say, he's like, well, don't take my advice and don't take my advice. Just, I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's not possible with the way
I
they
mean, I
do
can
it.
make
So
LODs on, I can make LODs on something in my space, but I can't do it for that.
yeah,
It's all tied up in the visual
yeah,
script.
it's part of their the avatar pedestal script. Yeah.
Yeah, I think your solution's probably the better. It's for sure the better one. Yeah, because I don't even.
And I
I
think
have no idea how
the
to
new
do anything.
avatar system doesn't even have LOD because back then when we were using the Blender one, it actually has multiple LODs that it generates when it uploads. But now when you upload an
It,
avatar, it doesn't even generate any LODs.
I think it might, yeah, I don't know if it happens behind the scenes or anything, but the system does still use LEDs if you upload an avatar through Blender with the LEDs.
Yeah, the Blender one, but that's kind
If
of
it already,
broken
yeah,
now.
if you use it,
Well,
if it
actually,
already has it.
it well kind of is, but it still works. Like I was
He's
able,
uploaded a couple.
yeah, I was able to upload avatars that seemed to work fine through Blender using that system. Still had the LEDs working.
Yeah, and I was thinking of maybe doing it.
But I
so
guess
that
the
my-
pedestal won't work
So that I
with
get
the
the
Blender one.
glow. Oh, that's something we
Yeah.
can look at sometime too. The glow when you talk. Yeah,
Not that, yeah.
I'm sure we could
You
add
need
it with a
the
shader. Or
particular
something,
shader.
Yeah.
But I mean, these new ones, like if you walk far and all, like it doesn't change. Like back then, it will be more decimated because it has the LODs. But these new ones,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't
Well,
think they
You
do
go back
have
and it'd
any.
be crazy.
It might
looking from a
potentially be in a
distance,
way
yeah.
that you don't see it because it's designed, like the LEDs are designed so that they change them in a distance where you don't see it change. But I don't know if it does change at all. It might not.
It will be noticeable. Like you would be able to tell it changes, but it doesn't change at all. That was very obvious back then because it just decimated the shit out of it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you would get crazy. Like there'd be hair in the middle of your face, and
Yeah, or
get
like
all
your entire hair
distorted,
would be
yeah.
missing when you fall, and your face would be
Yeah.
all mangled. Does anybody have any other questions before we go?
If I do, I can't think of them right now. I think you covered quite a bit today, though.
We answered all of Barry's questions, I hope.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll have more questions, but yeah, that was great. Thank you so much.
You have the banter for dummy thread there.
Yeah, it's going to be a book too. I'm going to use paper.
There you go. Yeah. We can get AI to write that book for you. AI publishing, yeah.
Yeah, Bob's response I thought was not really helpful at all. AI can give you the better response than I can. Well, Bob, why don't you just go ahead and put the question to AI for me then, so you can give me the response rather than just telling me to put the thing in AI myself? I mean, like, he's like, I don't know, if he's going to respond at all, he could be at least a bit more helpful being an employee of SideQuest and everything. It's a very unprofessional look.
It wasn't, it wasn't help
we love
really, yeah.
Bob. We love Bob. Still being recorded.
Yeah.
The
Still a
later
very
half,
unprofessional
there's
look in my
not
opinion.
much. You could cut all those out. Next week we could probably test
Those
out
guys
his
coming back as somebody
MCP.
else. Oh no, it's the chicken man.
Car.
It's Cocker Jones. This was for.
Did you use Meshy to make that, or what do you use?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Meshy. I did the picture in, well, just the AI generated from, what do you call it?
Can't tell if your beak's moving or not.
No, it's not. No, I don't have vicemes on it. No, or vicemes, whatever we want to call them. And then, yeah, I've got a cartoon shader on it. Yeah.
Biret shader that you're using?
This one is just a cartoon shader, which it has a problem though. It doesn't have the multipass. It goes in PCVR. You get the one eye thing.
Try my updated shader. I'll
That's
send you an
an easy
updated
fix,
version
though.
of it. Yeah, my shader should work.
Okay.
It has an updated tune mode. It's got like a couple different settings for the tune lighting.
Yeah, I'll play with it. Yeah, because I've been trying to find one. Yeah, that I don't remember what the thing was. I don't even remember what it was. I've just been playing around with them. But yeah, Meshy, and then I ran through, of course, Mixamo. Well, Meshy, and then I had taken into Blender and break it down. You know, all the triangles, because you know, if you try to do low triangle when you make it in Meshy, then it's just it's just awful. So you have to bring it out with high triangles, bring it into Blender, fix that, and then, you know, make sure your fingers are all separated and clean it up, and then take it back into Meshy to texture it, and then take it to Mixamo for rigging. Then I take it into, you know, Unity for here, and Creator Companion to get them ready for putting them in. But yeah, this one was just, I made it last night for his birthday. I didn't get it done in time because when we were watching the video, that's when I started it, and I was going to make a 007 one, which I made it later. I was going to make a 007 one, but then they said he had one, and then I saw the one he had, and it was not great, so I went ahead and made him a 007, and
Chicken 007.
posted him in there. Let's see, where, I have it in here too. Oh, wait, it's up at the top because it's got the 0 there with, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
It's
nice, too.
just a chicken and a tux.
This one is more red than the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I generated a different one for this one, yeah. And the other one, I put kind of little feather things on the back, and a lot of times I cut that stuff off, but I didn't. I was on the back of the shoes and the elbows or the wrists, I think.
Yeah.
Put little extra feathers on the coat and the shoes. I usually cut that stuff off, but I was trying to put that one together fast, so I didn't bother to clean that part of it up. But I think just telling John on Discord, I think I need to make a video because I haven't seen anyone really cover going through the process, and I'm sure I do things wrong. But once I find something that works, I don't try to fix it after I've figured a way to do it. So I keep doing it the same way, even if somebody has an easier way, unless I find out about it. Yeah, I don't go searching for it. Twist bones are coming anytime. The twist bones, jiggle physics, we'll be able to have clothing that moves. I always have to tell my all my pictures I start out with, I have to make sure they have a short coat, or make sure they don't have a cape, anything hanging down, because there's no way for me to do anything with it other than make it stuck to my legs or stiff.
You can't do like flowing cloth yet.
Not in banter, no. Can in
Not yet.
VR chat, but yeah, not here.
Yeah, the girls would like that because they'd like to get their hair on.
Yeah. Put bones in your hair, bones in your clothes. Through the.
Are you guys about done, or are you guys about done?
Yeah, pretty much done.
Yeah, pretty close.
Unless
Yeah.
you guys have any other questions.
Unless anyone has more questions.
Is Fire Rat actually here? Is he just watching? You watch? I like that shader.
I'm here.
Shader is super.
Thanks, Fire. I'll give that a try a little later.
Yeah, thank you.
Super cool shader. I had a problem this week
Have
with the blocks.
I-
My world.
yeah.
I have to wait a really long time for it to allow me to work with the blocks.
So let me disconnect the PC.
Like longer than other people. It's kind of weird. I didn't realize it at first. I just thought they weren't working for me. But if I wait really long before I even try the blocks, like a minute or more, then it'll work for me. But it's only
That's
in the
weird.
one world. It's the one I was making those apartments in. Some strange reason, I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
I don't know.
But other than that, it's been working pretty good. Pretty good.
I did push a pull request to the Picavoxel GitHub, so it should hopefully fix the corruption of the blocks. Basically, the way that the blocks were saved before, it didn't actually save coordinates for each block. It just relied on load order from the server. So it was possible, chunks to be placed in the wrong location. So
Right.
yeah, now hopefully once they merge the pull request and then in 2 weeks roughly maybe, we'll see the update in Banter.
That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Yeah, because I have seen I was sitting there working on some blocks, and all of a sudden a big chunk showed up right in front of me. I'd never seen it happen right in front of me. I've seen it when you go, from entering the world one time and then entering again, you'll see things. This time, it did it right in front of me. I was like, wow. That was great.
Yeah.
Strange.
And sometimes it's so stable it's creepy.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You expect it to go bad and it just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Been doing pretty good. He says he's got a new fix to
I know.
get that.
I was.
He's put it
He
in the
told me
kit now.
earlier.
Yeah.
He told me earlier, so that's exciting. I'm still trying to figure out whether I want to have a switch for changing the skyboxes or just leave it and do them manually.
Yeah. That's just something down the road. That's not something you need to do
I know.
right away. But yeah,
I know.
That's kind of cool.
Not everybody's going to want my backyard.
Why? Why?
I know. It looks pretty awesome.
I want every block to have that shader on it. Can we do that? That'd be cool. That is.
Yeah, it's just a performance thing, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that'd be like wicked. We're all walking around with the Steam Frame version 20.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do that.
What's Pony working on?
I think he's trying to do his
Oh, he's
trying to rebuild his Pony family.
he's always got
Only
3 or 4
somewhere.
things going at a time. He was here just a minute ago.
No, he said.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's in the thing.
EB.
We could all go surprise him. EB, what
Let's
was
do
it?
that. Let's go visit
Yeah.
Pony.
EB3 B0B. Yeah, drop a portal.
Oh, I can't. Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah,
Oh.
you have to type it in.
That's,
E
that's
is it
so
EB3?
interesting.
Is it E83? E
No, I got
is
it.
the
I
B3
tried
or
portal.
83
A
again?
construct.
Oh, he's in a
did.
different
He
one
went
now.
through-
He's in a
63
different
B0.
one.
Okay. Oh, he is. He changed.
C00.
C00EE8.
Well, wherever Barry just went, that's probably where he's at. No?
Here, I'll
Polar
just-
Oh,
Express.
Polar Express right here.
Oh.